Hello, welcome to Nezzo's Bad Shop. You join me from my new filming area. Look, there's things around out to the sides. It's a bunch of my collection. Yes, this is the new filming area, and where many things will be filmed in the next many weeks to come. And yeah, just don't hit the table and ruin it already, Nezzo. Anyways, yeah, new filming area, and there's a new item on the new filming benchy desk thing. Yeah. Yes, but it's actually it's a decent little setup here, and this will be the first unboxing in the new area. And you'll notice the mat is facing the other way because I'm planning to put the cameras over there and show my face more. So that's going to be a thing upcoming. But for now, what we have here is something I've not ever unboxed yet, and the brand I've never unboxed yet either because it's an overdose. Specifically, it's the GALM. And it's the newest, latest 2023 version, the version 2 Anti-Plus. And the Anti-Plus refers to rigidity. So this is anti-flex with a plus. So there's more of anti-flexness. I can tell you a little bit about the GOM before we crack this beautiful seal down here. Where is it? Oh yeah, look at that seal. The GOM released in 2017, and it's been around since then. It released about a year after the YD2. And for those of you who've been looking at the Overdose GOM or ever looked at the GOM and the Sakura D5, they look kind of similar because the Sakura D5 chassis took quite a lot of inspiration from the GOM. And what else can I tell you briefly? The GOM itself is only one of, I think, 4 chassis Overdose has ever produced. Overdose does chassis every, like, 5 to 6 years or something like that. But usually when they do their chassis, they do it pretty well right out of the gate. And the GOM is still around here in 2023. And it has seen a good amount of revision and changes and stuff over its life, being this is the second version and the Anti-Plus version of the version 2. There are several versions available, not as many as the YD2 though, which is fine. The YD2 has like a gazillion flavors, like Baskin Robbins basically. Pick and choose what you'd like, but the GOM it has several versions, but they are how should I say this? They don't stray too far from the original idea, whereas, like, for example, the YD2 has like quite a wide range of configuration in many things. Whereas the GOM, the original GOM, when it first came out, looked pretty similar to this in sort of its base specs from what I remember. The shocks are always inboard in the front. Lay down low CG style of car. You see everything here is underneath the lower deck except for the shocks on the front. The motor's in a lay down position. And the other major thing is, if you look back here, no gears. There's a belt. So this is a belt-driven car. And this is going to be the first belt-driven car that I've owned for some time. And I was worried about the GOMs killing belts, but when I talked to a bunch of people recently at Elite Drift Shop, shout out to Elite Drift Shop as well, Sebcat and Mark, they helped me acquire this beautiful piece of machinery right here. Shout outs to them. And you can find them at www.elitedriftshop.com. They are our suppliers for Strictly Sideways. And yes, we have a good relationship with them, and they helped me get this thing going. And what I was saying, when there was an event recently in May, I think, June, it was in June. The SDS, a Scale Drift Series by Alex Jordan. Shout out to Alex and the crew there, Prestige, Team Prestige. And yeah, there was a lot of GOMs, a bunch of different versions and stuff. And I didn't hear any of those guys complaining about blowing up belts under boost or anything like that. So I think the cars work quite well, apparently, and the belts work quite well, and they're strong and stuff like that. So that's a big plus. This car, as well, is primarily plastic out of the box. Now, the shocks, they are aluminum. I believe they're version 1, the HG version 1 Overdose. I believe that's what they are. But they are aluminum, and they are a complete set. So a good amount of the car is plastic. I don't think the box version comes with much aluminum, but the plastic is very strong. It's very good. It's very high quality plastic. Like, we're talking the sweaty stuff. And the chassis plates are carbon, and specifically because this version, the Anti-Plus version for 2023, they give you 2 sets of chassis decks, which I think is really, really nice for the price. They give you the original version 2 decks, I believe. I believe it's the version 2 decks that they give you as the secondary set. I may have to verify that, or whoever is watching. Y'all watching out there in viewer land, you can verify me or correct me. But they do give you 2 decks. The original version 2 deck and the Anti-Plus 2023 non-Flexi Boy mode. So that's kind of nice. You get 2 sets of chassis decks with this chassis. And yeah, as far as I know, there's not very much aluminum that comes with this, if any, but we're going to verify it when we open the box here. And I don't think it comes with wheels or tires either, but that's okay. I'm going to get a lovely set of Overdose wheels for it and things like that. Similar to what I did with my Reeve D RDX. I bought RDX wheels and stuff like that for it to have it all Reeve D. So for this Overdose, it's going to end up pretty much mostly all Overdosey things. And as far as I know, Overdose doesn't do electronics, so I'm going to have to pick my own electronic set. At first, to get it running, I may just drop in my OMG Bad Shop setup and get it going, do some filming, and the out-of-box trim and all that stuff. And then, once I tart it up and do some tuning and all that stuff, I may swap in some more hardcore stuff like AccuVance, something like that. We'll see. But anyways, this is going to probably be my new comp car once I get it tuned, but I am going to go through the whole regular unboxing, out-of-box driving, comparison, all that stuff. I want to experience it all the way, because I've never owned a true bespoke Overdose chassis. I have, for example, this thing, which look, it says Overdose, Overdose. It's all over the car, but this is not a bespoke Overdose. This is a Yokomo DIB. So it's a Yokomo first, and then it's had Overdose Salt Bait all over it, which it's beautiful. It's an amazing looking piece of kit. There's even I have a running video of this on my channel as well. You can check it out. And it does work pretty dang well. Look, Overdose gear adapter. But it's not a true Overdose. It's not a true Overdose. Sorry. But this is. So, yeah. What else can I tell you about this other than I'm excited to build it and all that cool stuff? Not much, really. I think I covered most of those basic bits and critical infos for the beginning. If I missed anything, let me know, but I will do like a comparison and an overview. Like, I'm going to do lots of videos of this car because I'm pretty excited about this. And on the box, there's not much else to show you other than those few things, the drawings and stuff, body post is standard, things like that. Yeah. I have a features list as well off to the side, which I'm going to briefly read off. As well, if you're curious about the part number, it's OD2960. There it is. Straight from Japan. Yeah, made in Japan. Well, other than cracking the seal, I do want to read off a couple of little blurb things. Let me just read quickly. So, this Anti-Plus version is 7 grams lighter than the original version 2 standard chassis, so that's one really nice thing. I did mention you get the double decks already. The gear ratio has been improved. I think it's no, sorry, that shock pistons has been improved. Gear ratio has been altered. The final reduction ratio is 11.44. Supposed to feel more linear. The chassis overall has been more refined as well. That's part of the version 2 stuff there. And yeah, just basically the Anti-Plus was different decks, different chassis plates, and a lot of refinement through the car. That was the big thing, but you do get the double deck. So enough blabbering about that. Let's open it up. Cutting the factory seal. Very good. Okay, are we ready for this? Because, like, oh my god, I don't know if I'm ready. Are you ready? Oh, opening them. Yes. Nice. Does it have a smell? Ah, Overdose smell. Very good, yes. Okay, so let's open things. That's a bag of parts. And another bag of parts. Heck yes. All right. So, here we go. There's the chassis deck. Ooh, very nice. So this, I think this one's the Anti-Plus deck. I think. Looks good. Notice how slim the bulkhead areas are. So there's lots of room for arm movement, suspension arm movement. I like the chassis deck though. It looks pretty gnarly. Pretty gnarly. Overdose manual. We'll go through that at the end of her. Looks good. Yeah, we'll go through that at the end. Okay, so I'm gonna have to open these up because they are sealed. Yes, okay, so let me just pop you guys down right. Hold on. Oh, my camera stand wasn't ready for me. There we go, okay. I needed a second hand, y'all, so I could empty all these things. Gloriousness. Although, you know what I'm noticing? There's only one set of chassis decks in here, so maybe that double deck thing wasn't a thing. I was reading online and stuff that we're supposed to get 2 chassis decks with this. So maybe that stopped? I don't know, we're gonna find out. Or I'm gonna have to inquire, because like everything online said, yeah, you're gonna get 2 chassis decks with this. So maybe we won't. Maybe that wasn't actually a thing. Or perhaps that was a limited time offer, you know, like sometimes that happens. I'm going to look into that. But regardless, I'm not too concerned if I don't get a second set of decks. It just would have been nice to play with it. But anyways, okay, so we're going to pop most of this stuff back into the box as we go. Ready? Here we are. All right, so bits and bytes everywhere. The very first thing I'm grabbing is the body posts. Yeah, and those look pretty similar to the latch system that Overdose sells, which we sell a lot of those. They are really popular. And the body posts look similar. Apologies for my nose because it's not cooperating. It's per tradition. So body post set, go in there. What other plastics do we got going on here? Ah, the bumper set, which I want to order in aluminum, which just for those of you who are curious, the aluminum bumper set, that's the bottom piece. This piece, I think. The aluminum version of that is $150 Canadian, just FYI. And you can get red, purple, and black, I think, so I'm going for purple. That's that. And, yes, and we're going to be ordering some of these because you can get these, which is part number OD1171, is right there, look at that. This is the ball cup set, and this has, I think this is the 4.3 millimeter set, but you can order an optional set that has some 4.8 millimeter ball cups in it. But we're going to be ordering a lot of these because I want to clean up some of the slop on some of my other cars, and we'll talk about that in another video. But these come in black, white, red, blue, and purple, so you can't really lose, you know. And these are really good. I know this for a fact, so it's nice to see these again. I have these on one other car, and I can't remember which car it is, but it's on some other car that I own. So put those in there. And what should we go with next? Here is a bag. This is suspension mounts and servo mounts, and what the heck is those things? Wheel cover. I'm not sure what that piece is. We're gonna find out once we build it, but yay, we've got them. It looks pretty important anyway. Put it in there. Like I said, this is my first Overdose kit, so some of this stuff I'm not gonna know exactly where it goes on the car, but we're gonna find out. Now there's a bag of screws. Now compared to some other kits I've unboxed, this bag of screws doesn't have a legend of what is what. However, all the same size screws are in the same size bag, so I mean, shouldn't be too difficult to decipher that. And really, if I want, I could put them in my little tray sorter thing, or I could write on the bags or whatever. So I mean, this is similar to some of the other manufacturers, but with no legend or whatever. We'll see how hard that is to deal with. It probably shouldn't be too bad, and I think it'll be one less step than one other manufacturer's way, Yokomo's way, with the whole legend, bag, separate, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, there's the bag of screws. And we're going to leave these lettered bags alone because they look pretty important. We're going to leave those ABCs alone for now. We'll go through all this. Here's more Overdose plastic ball cups. This looks specific, like for the steering. And they've got numbers on them. Oh, man. Like Overdose. Yeah, this... I meant to say before I cut this open that I had been resisting getting an Overdose car for probably 3 to 4 years now. Because I know once you go Overdose, you kind of don't go back. Sort of, kind of. But I know once I go Overdose, I will want to go all the way, like I did with my Reeve D car, and get all the things. So this car will eventually get quite a lot of bits for it, but not all at once. We're going to do it in stages. But here you see 2023 written on the ball cups. That's so nice, easy to identify. Overdose. Beautiful. Okay, moving on. This looks like the rear bulkhead and shock towery area. Yeah, that looks like the rear bulkhead where the different stuff mounts. The belt will go in. Very nice. Plastic and molding looks very good. Looks very high quality. I mean, you can kind of see it from here. There's some of the flash there, the plastic flash, but I can feel it. I can see it. Looks good. Okay, bearings right here, transmission and axles and stuff like that, all nicely sealed, ready to go. Like sealed in this packaging. They're not sealed bearings, but the bearings look good. Test those out. Another piece of plastic. This looks like the slide rack. There's the plastic slide rack. Like I said, most of this car is plastic. And I think the price was, if I'm rhyming off my head, I think it's $550. 550 Canadian or 600. I'll have to verify that, but I'll put that in the description what the retail price is. I believe it's like 550 or 600 or something. I'm gonna have to verify it. But anyways, it's pretty much a mostly plastic car, but you do get carbon decks and aluminum shocks, crucially. But it is less than a YD2 SX3, but you don't get as much. You don't get aluminum like anything aluminum in here, but that's okay. So this, for example, plastic slide rack, whereas in like an SX3 for a little bit more money, you'd get an aluminum slide rack, but I've been told this still works very good until you upgrade it. That's probably another thing I'll upgrade pretty quickly is the slide rack, just because I want the aluminum one. But this should work pretty good as per what I've been told, but we will do our testing as per bad shop tradition. Overdose bag here. I had to get my brain in gear. This looks like the front end bulkhead stuff and steering. It looks more like front bulkhead pieces, but those look good, and they're already cut off of excuse me, the assembly tree, so that's good. That's very handy. Okay, so that's that. Put that away. Yes. And another bag which looks very similar to the other bag that we had. There's more bulkhead parts, and actually what looks like another slide rack. I could be wrong. That piece right there, maybe they offer you two, because look, we're gonna find out anyway. But a curved one and a straight one, so that's cool. I have option for tuning. I like that. All right, next bag. This is rear arms, rear suspension componentry. There's some spacers there. That's nice for the suspension. 1mm spacers included. Bonus. Rear uprights in the arms. Ah, the rear diff pulley. Pulleys, I should say. There's two of them. Nice. Nice. So you have option right out of the box for what final drive you want to run, I guess. Bonus. That's really nice. Ah, sweet. Excellent. Ooh. Yo, Overdose servo saver. Nice. 23, 24, 25 tooth. Brilliant. It's great success. My nose is not cooperating. It always does this to me. We go into the videos and it's clear, and then as I talk, it gets partially plugged. So that's an Overdose servo saver, and I'm going to be interested to see how well this works. It's for sure. So, okay, and this bag is the front end. There's the upper arms, the lower arms, the knuckles. Very nice. Molded one piece. Yep, very good. All the parts look pretty good too, and quite a lot of them say OD on them, and I love that. Gotta love that. Okay, excuse me for the nose. I'm trying not to run off camera and blow it, but I might have to run off camera, and you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Give me like 2 seconds. I don't know why, but I'd rather just run off camera, quickly blow my nose, and come back to us already still running camera than do fancy editing, because this is bad shop. This is how it goes. Okay, with a clear nose, ladies and gentlemen. You can mark the timestamp in the comments for the funny blowing of the nose. Maybe we should do something silly, like whoever does something guessing the thing right will get a sticker. I don't know. Anyways, where are we now? We're almost done. Overdose battery mounts. Looks so nice. Even in plastic still, the battery mounts look good. Maybe those are other servo mounts too. Battery tray. This is maybe this is the whole battery tray. But anyways, it says Overdose all over it. Yeah. So we're gonna we're gonna be assembling that at some point. But that looks good too. Battery post holders. Got a good amount of bits in there. Chassis deck as we saw it. Looks good. Fit and finish looks good. Heck yes. Now, bag A. What is bag A? Bag A, it's the aluminum pieces. Suspension bars. Oh, that bulkhead brace is aluminum. Okay, motor plate aluminum. They got some tools in there. There's the ball studs, the belt, overdose pulley. Look at that. Look at that. All you manufacturers out there that are watching this, if you are, and you are currently not including a pinion gear. I'm trying to get this one in a nice position here so I can show it off. And you don't include a pinion gear in your kit, well, you need to up your game, because not only does Overdose include you a pinion, but this one says Overdose right on it, and huge 12T right there. Look at Overdose. You can't mistake that. So I'm putting y'all other manufacturers on notice. Include a pinion in your kit. I don't care if your kit is $200 or if it's $1,500. Put a pinion gear in it. Overdose. I think that's so good. And the belt is there too. I was wondering if the belt said Bando on it, because those were known to be the stronger belts, but it looks like a reinforced belt, and it does say Overdose on it. Overdose does well. And again, my nose already giving up. We're so close though. Bag B. Bag B. Drive shafts. Ooh, I'll have to assemble them, but they say Overdose all over them, so that's okay. There's a shock tower, which is carbon. I forgot to tell you, yes, I think you get a rear... I was going to say it. I think you get a rear carbon shock tower, and we do. Look, rear carbon shock tower. Very nice. But I don't see a second set of chassis decks, so maybe, yeah, that was a limited time offer. I'm going to have to verify that. But I'd seen it in a couple places where you were supposed to get both. So, anyways, yeah, there's that. And, yeah, so that's the drive shaft. Some more ball studs and pieces. Suspension arm pins and stuff. So that's bag B. Make sure not to mess that up. And bag C, this is, yes, front bumper, chassis upper deck, looks good, oh yeah, and aluminum spur gear holder, nice. Oh wait, sorry, so I tripped out, hold on, haha, that's a pulley, no, not that one, number A. Here I am stressing saying include a pinion gear. Yeah, that's an actual pulley. That's an Overdose pulley. My bad. Because the pinion gear is right here. Yes, they still included a pinion though. So, other manufacturers, like I said, include a pinion gear. There's no excuse for not including a pinion gear. I was just looking to see if this one said Overdose on it, but it doesn't seem to, so that's okay. There's still a pinion gear there. And the fact that one's there means everyone else has to step up their game if they're not including one, because that's becoming a recent trend, and I don't like it. So, aluminum spur gear holder, the shock pieces, which don't say Overdose on them, I don't think, because these are the version ones. But they're aluminum shocks, and the pistons are 3-hole. I see them there, so that probably could be upgraded in the future. So 3-hole pistons, and the shock oil that comes with it is mineral. Mineral Overdose oils, and it's number 10. Yeah, number 10 Overdose oil. Come out of the... It doesn't want to show. There we go. See, number 10. I bought 15 a while ago, so number 10 here is good. So 3-hole pistons, number 10 oil, nice. And there's the shock bodies. They look very good. And, ooh, you do get springs. The standard spring, but I'm going to have double tier boys put on now those twin spring. So that's awesome. Very good. Very lovely. I was curious about that. And some wheel nuts and stuff in there. Pins and what have you. The last few pieces. There's bag C. So, other than that, we just got to look at the manual real quick. And then I'm going to go straight to the track. And maybe start building it. We'll see, but something. We're going to do something like that. Let's just take a look at the manual. The last thing. Excuse me, before my nose really gives up, which is really annoying. Assemble the diff, which is a... Oh, we can figure that out. Yeah, that's a solid axle. So that there's no gear diff or anything here. I was kind of wondering. But yeah, no, that's a solid axle on pulley. Similar, that reminds me of the RDX now, because the RDX has a solid spool, which that used to be a thing constantly, but we moved away from it, like solid axle spools for the rear diff. We've done oil gear diffs, ball diffs, now mechanical, aluminum diffs, like with options and with stuff that comes in kits. So there's a good amount of stuff there. Rear diff assembly. The instructions look very well detailed. Looks pretty straightforward. There will be a constructor's digest, of course. So we're definitely going to do that. And no, the slide rack is curved only. Okay, maybe the other one was in there on purpose, or it's not a slide rack. I'll find out as we go. But it looks good anyway. The manual, that is. Manual looks good. Oh, look, and they tell you put 2mm preload. Yay! They're telling you. Cool. The out-of-box setup should be pretty good then, I guess, if they're doing things like that. How to do the battery for the size, how to put the battery holder for the size of the battery. Parts reference. Come on. Parts reference. Is there a setup sheet? Exploded view. Setup sheet. Yes. And is this the original? This is the original standard setup. Heck yes. Very nice. Okay, good, good, good. So I can refer to that if I screw up the manual. That's the manual. Okay, wicked. GOM version 2 Anti-Plus. Yes, so excited. Yes. Can't wait to build this boy and test it out and all that fun stuff. So there it is, the version 2 Anti-Plus by Overdose. Specifically the GOM V2 Anti-Plus. Yes. Yeah, this is going to be a new chapter for me because I've been doing a lot of Yokomo, a lot of 3 Racing, Eagle, Rhino, what other manufacturers? MST, lots of many things, but I have never had a bespoke Overdose in my life yet. Now I do. So you'll see this car soon. Probably it'll be in a running shakedown video by Saturday, but I should have it built within the next day or two, if not by end of tonight. And then we'll go from there. I still got to choose electronics and body and whatever else, so we'll figure it out. But yes, thank you for watching and sticking with me. 27 minutes. Let me know if you watched the whole thing. Like, comment, subscribe. Yes, please let me know if you have a GOM, what version, what bits and bytes, what other things in Flim Flam, because I'm about to jump head first. Well, I already jumped in, but I'm going hardcore, full in on the Overdose game now. And life. A whole new chapter of upgrades and things to buy. Like I was saying, the front bumper for this thing, the aluminum front lower bumpers, $150. If I want the version 3 shocks in purple, they're 300 Canadian. You know, it's money, it's expensive, but the stuff is quality. And I know this because I saw a lot of it recently, up front, in person, in my face, and I loved it and I wanted more. So here we go. Here I am. So yes, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more coming up within the next few days of the GOM and lots of other stuff, as you see here in the new Bad Shop filming area. There's a thing over there I'm going to film soon too, so stay tuned. And yes, bye for now and see you soon.